Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Teched Out. My name's Joe.
I'm Kyler.
And this week in tech, we got a dinosaur game with swords. Yes, I said that right. We have smart glasses, a phone shaped like a T, some Pixel Bud updates, and Halo is getting a key member back. So stay tuned for that. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let's get started.
So first off, we got this Dino Swords. Apparently, there's a new or there's a mod for it, Joe.
Yeah, so I don't know if obviously I'm not going to do it now because it requires you to not have internet to actually play this little flash game that Google has. But it typically involves this little dinosaur, as you can see on the screen here, and you'll be jumping cactuses. And basically, it'll speed up the further you get, the more you jump over. And as soon as you hit a cactus, game over. Here's your high score. And then hopefully, if you want to, reconnect to the internet kind of thing. So it's kind of like a Google Easter egg in a sense when you don't have internet. So at least you have something to do, right? So
Yeah,
with this one, by Mischief and 100 Thieves, they actually made this mod called Dino Swords. They have a leaderboard and all that stuff, and basically whoever gets, so it looks like this player right here for a daily high. I don't think he'll get a prize, but for all time and that stuff, someone will eventually get a prize. I don't know how long this game will last. It might stay up for as long as the website stays active.
hmm
But basically, you have, like the title says, swords. You can have guns, cigarettes, a portal gun, a bunch of different stuff. So
that's
for
crazy.
yeah, so for example here, and then obviously in case you're reading that too, up there it says M, but that's M for mischief, not for mature, either or. But I'll give it a little sneak peek here. So you just hit the spacebar to begin. Super easy, super simple, just like the original offline Dino game that Google provides. So you'll
hmm
get going here. I'm jumping around, going straight, and then the items will float above. And then after that, all you have to do is use the power ups. So that
It's pretty
one's,
hard.
yeah, so that one's screaming right there. So I don't know exactly what they all do. Like the screaming one, like what does that prevent or provide or anything like that. But as you can
Um,
see there, all I did was, you don't jump over the cactus, boom, game over. Again, hit the space bar or hit this retry. You can keep playing this as long as you want. Um, I just loved how it gave you a bunch of different abilities that you could do. The portal gun, I feel like I played it a little bit and that was pretty fun. I got the
I got the
screaming game.
flamethrower right now,
Oh yeah,
and
you
I'm
can
just
demolish
burning
with
right
that
through the
thing.
cactuses. This is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool, actually.
So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can get. So like I just got a little minigun thing, and I'm just shooting the cactuses down. Um, I could play
It's
this.
pretty cool.
I could play this whole stream for the most part. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I'll just hit the cactus right there. So yeah, guys, go check that out. It's pretty fun. It's pretty addictive actually. A bunch of different weapons and all this such you can get. It gives yourself a break from all the other games that we have out there, or just in general, a break of life.
I
Um,
got a cigarette right now. What? What does
yeah,
this
I
even
don't I
do?
don't know what it does. I don't think it
According
burns.
to the Surgeon
I don't think it
yeah,
burns the cactuses or anything. So
it's actually pretty cool how many things things that you can activate. They're all listed on this keyboard down here, and there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12,
yeah, there's
14 things.
yeah there's 26 I guess items you can find and all that stuff, and some of them are kind of an Easter egg in itself. I did see that they had it to where you could get inside a tank, which at that point I would hope you would get the high score. So
Yeah, you're probably OP at that point. You're just gonna wreck right through all those cactuses
yeah, the biggest thing with this game that I loved was it kind of reminded me of all those Flash games. Kind of
from back in the day.
when the internet kind
Yeah.
of was taking off, when you had Neopets and all this other stuff.
Oh, I
Um,
was about Neopets.
yeah, so you'd, might skip recess or something and ask the teacher, hey, can I be the person that's in the computer lab this week or today, I should say.
hmm
Just because you'd want to play these mini Flash games, nothing big, but they were still fun.
Yo,
So,
this is hard.
yeah. So you guys let us know if you guys end up playing this kind of stuff, and let us know your high score. We'll see if we can't beat that or let you have the trophy on this one.
So, real quick before we move on, do you think Google's gonna get mad about this? Because technically, it's Google's game, isn't it?
It is, but they are. I feel like them being the creators of Android and having people on top of their Android system alone, I feel like they shouldn't mind this at all, really.
Yeah, they probably won't.
It's not
But
depicting, personally, it's not depicting it in a bad way.
no, if anything, it's kind of making it a little bit funner. I
Yeah.
They're not Nintendo, so I don't think they'll get mad about it. I was just curious what you thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and if for whatever reason, again, this one actually requires to be online, but if you're ever somehow unable to connect to the internet, um, and you're using Chrome, you'll see that dinosaur there. Hit that space bar, and it's game on. So,
They've also got a couple other mini games. There was one that I was recently playing. It was a surfing game, which you may run into as well. It's actually pretty fun as well.
oh, and the Microsoft Edge browser, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a nice couple Easter eggs within the browsers in case you're offline, just to keep you occupied a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but
Anywho,
yeah, well, let us know your high score on that one. We'll see what's up.
I just got 646. That's the
Oh,
best I've
there we go.
done.
You guys got to beat that at least. Come on.
Yeah, beat that.
All right. So next topic here, we got Views $180 smart glasses. So used for music and calls. This picture
Mhm.
here, very first picture, looking like normal pair of shades, really. Not too thick on the sides.
Which is
That's
impressive.
yes, which is all your housing for to make it be smart. Your little magnets right here to charge it, all that good stuff. Personally, though, if smart glasses all they're used for is music and calling, I don't personally see
What's the
myself.
point?
Yeah, I don't really see myself picking these up. And which kind of I want to open the topic to obviously you and people watching this or anything like that to leave in the comments. But what would make you buy a pair of smart glasses?
Me
Yeah,
personally,
yeah.
it would. So when I think of smart glasses, I think more of like augmented reality, like such as like maybe they implement some sort of Pokemon Go, and we actually see the Pokemon running across the glasses screens.
Mhm.
Also, another good use of them would be like a Google Maps overlay on
Mhm.
the glasses. So like if you're wearing your sunglasses and you're getting directions, you can watch the map like off to your left corner or something, and you can see your directions all right there. I this alone would not
Sell you.
make me buy smart glasses. I
Yeah.
This does make me excited though for the future of smart glasses because this means at least one company is progressing in that field.
Yeah,
Which
which is
this
very
is only
hard.
Yes, this is phase one of these glasses, so who knows what the next iteration of these will bring. So I'm either way, I'm excited. I won't buy these, but I am excited to see
Mhm.
that this is happening.
Yeah, because I know with Google Maps, for example, and I think Apple Maps does the same thing right now. Even they'll have
Apple
if
Maps is
you,
trash.
oh yeah, compared to Google, that's me personally. Really though, if you're using those two systems, um, they have a mode when you're walking, at least right now, that brings up AR. Yes, you have to point your phone up and make it look like you're taking a picture constantly or anything like that, but they do show the overlay of those arrows and all this other stuff. So I agree
Which is cool.
completely. I agree completely where the map function in smart glasses would be definitely a necessity in order to even think about buying these. But also, me personally, it'd be nice to in that map integration, um, like if you looked at a restaurant, it
Points of
would,
interest,
yeah, it
reviews.
would, put the reviews in front of you, like, oh, this is a 4.5 out of 5, you know,
Don't
would,
they do that in augmented reality already? Do they
uh,
not do that?
I'm not sure if they go that far. They might with
Or maybe
the
they're
Google
talking
ones,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah. They might just be talking about it.
And then at that point too, you got to think. In order to do that though, with glasses specifically, you have to have a camera, which obviously they've tried with the Snapchat lenses a little while ago,
Mhm.
um, which, yeah, it's a point of privacy concerns because on the other person's end, if you're getting recorded, I would kind of hope to know that you're getting recorded. But at the same time, personally, I feel like at this point you should always feel like, which is it's kind of creepy, but in a world of tech, I feel like you should always feel like you're being watched, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
In this world, if you're out in public, there is no sense of privacy.
exactly. Like everyone has a smartphone, or at
Hmm.
least can ask the person next to them, "Hey, record this." Like simple as that.
Yep.
It's the easiest way to get information out there, real quick, real fast. So in terms of it showing you, like maybe be a white light or anything on the glasses saying, it's recording. Um, that's
I
nice and all,
honestly,
but it's just a cell phone doesn't even do that really. So
Exactly. I don't think that's quite necessary at all. And
yeah.
it's to the point now where I can whip out my phone in Walmart and start recording.
Whoa, dude, no whipping
Like,
those out, bud. Jeez Louise,
so
put that away. There's children.
Walmart can tell me to leave, but like there's no like law against me recording unless Walmart tells me to leave. But you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
there shouldn't be a necessity for a light on these glasses if they are recording, just because nothing else requires that.
Yeah, yeah. It's very hard. That's a very hard line in a sense of privacy on that one.
Hmm. Well,
What?
if you want to be private, stay at home.
Yeah, or I don't know if you're.
That's the brutal truth of it. I
Not
am
even
sorry. I
that.
apologize.
Not just that. Um if you feel like you're, why am I being watched and all that stuff, then are you really hiding something? If you're not hiding something, you don't really care. Yeah, you care
Yeah,
about
that's true.
privacy still, but not to that extent.
I
Um,
get that. I get that comment all the time when I'm talking about how many, or like I have smart homing devices, and they're like, that they're listening to everything you say. I'm like, well,
what am I not? Yeah, what am I to hide in a sense? Like,
I'm not talking about blowing anything up. I'm just telling it to turn the lights on.
yeah. So,
So
that's skepticism a little bit in a sense, which, yeah, obviously I couldn't see why maybe they're not listening in a sense, but I got nothing to hide, then at this point, it is can be scary, but data, whether it be voice or anything like that, is worth a high price, definitely nowadays. So,
yeah, it is.
but on a happier side of tech, though, these things these things are like James Bond style, really. Here, Bond,
Yeah,
put on these glasses. They'll let you see. They'll let you call
I'm
back to
imagining.
HQ and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I'm imagining like the double tap on the side to answer.
Yeah, like, oh,
Like the
a
Iron
swipe
Man
feature.
glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Jarvis and those things. Like,
yeah.
okay, yes, tech can be bad, but at the same time, it can be pretty cool like that.
I
So,
think this is really cool personally. So
yeah.
I'm excited.
So we'll see how this progresses. Obviously, give it some years and all this other stuff. You'll probably see whether it be these or another iteration of AR glasses eventually, especially if Apple's trying to make some. So,
Yeah, or Google, please give us those Pixel glasses.
yeah. So, stay tuned for that.
Yes.
But speaking of stuff that might not get released, we got this LG Wing T-shaped dual screen smartphone.
It's
Now, last
so
episode you were talking about sliding phones. Does this
no,
get your fancy going?
no. I saw this and I laughed. I thought this was ridiculous. I
I got
mean, it's cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm a tech guy, so I think it's cool, but I would never get it.
yeah. So supposedly that one that is vertical showing on the screen right now, that one slides out to make the T, and then obviously everything up to the right is kind of your navigation stuff, like just a small
But
second picture-in-picture window, but on a different display, which it's only going to show on that side at all times. So
yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm really
This is
trying
like
to think the use of it.
it's one of those things that's like it's cool that it exists, but why does it exist?
Exactly.
You
How
know?
how would you sell me on this compared to a just a vertical
Yeah.
phone in
And
a
what's
sense?
going on behind that vertical screen? What is that? Is that
Oh,
just
the
a
hinge
blank like
mechanism?
that's just a mechanism?
Yeah, there's no screen beyond that. So on this
Hmm.
picture here and that stuff, you have the keyboard and then the screen just horizontal.
I
Um,
get
I
I
guess so
guess
you can have different chat views or something. Like I don't mind having the chat vertical
yeah.
kind of thing with the keyboard. And sometimes it takes space, but most of the time no.
This could be like handy if like I don't know, you live stream from your phone a lot. You can have like your preview on one side and then your chat on the other side. So I
Yeah.
guess I could see that as a use case, but other than that,
Here's another one. Kind of,
oh, point of interest.
you brought up a really good point though. You're streaming. I don't know where these cameras are per se in this phone because it
I'm
doesn't.
assuming that there's some on front and back. So I mean,
Yeah. So let's say you took the selfie camera and used that as your screening one. Um, you could use at least the mobile controls on its own screen instead of on the main screen itself, if that makes any sense.
oh yeah, yeah,
So that frees up
yeah.
that space, but in terms of at that point, you're not YouTube, you're still gonna use, your phone horizontal. I don't know why you'd want to type it up like that. It's definitely hard. Again, these pictures aren't really selling me at all. I feel like a software at this point has to sell you on a
Yeah.
feature like that compared to
And when
just the feature alone.
and when it comes to those like streaming things, like the app itself has to be designed for this dual screen, like
Hmm.
what's it called, phone. So
Yeah, the
like
software has
you
to
would
do
you
it.
would
Yeah.
open YouTube on this, and it would still only open on one side. So like if you were streaming on the left side, you'd be streaming on the left side. You couldn't move your chat to the right side, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and in this article it goes further into kind of explaining how this is just LG just testing stuff out. Really, no estimated release date if they're going to release this at all. But it would be funny though. Yeah, like you said, you can create all these hardware iterations and all this other stuff, but the software just has to be just as good. For
Hmm.
especially this like split screen mechanism in a sense, because it would be kind of funny if you turn that phone over and then somehow YouTube decided, no, 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 I'm gonna be on the bottom one, the smaller one. It's like, okay, this isn't working out as well as it was. And then obviously in these old school ones with the slide out features and such, that was because we didn't have touch screens really.
Yeah.
Like they weren't as some were there, yes, but they weren't as good. So
Yeah.
it's almost like a lost cause of maybe doing this. Unless again, let us know in the comments what would you want this feature for? Why would you want your smartphone to swing out and make a T shape besides saying, "Hey guys, check out what my phone can do." But
This isn't even necessarily what I was talking about when I was saying I would love a sliding phone. I would love like a phone to just slide straight up, not not to the side. And I would like a physical keyboard underneath that because I do enjoy a physical keyboard. It's like button.
okay. So even if let's say, because I know Apple usually gets some credit when they're with their haptic feedback stuff, so not even like those a fake button sense. You want the real
Yeah,
deal.
I would be okay with that. I would be
Okay.
okay with that. But like I want, that would even be cool too because still be a screen that we could potentially utilize as an extended part of the screen.
Yeah, because I know eventually, obviously, bezels are getting smaller and all this other stuff on phones, and the, I guess ideal phone supposedly is just all glass up front.
As a
Um,
list.
yeah, and even portless. Some people are saying so,
No.
which that takes a button to be pretty sensitive and almost feel like the click of an actual button, which takes a haptic feedback motor. Basically, the thing that makes your phone vibrate. It's one of those, but a little bit more sensitive and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
I like buttons. They give you reassurance when you push them.
that and I don't know. I'm a big fan. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And yeah, I know if you seal off some buttons and that such for a phone, then yeah, it can last in some water for X amount of time. But uh, I'm just even if my phone was waterproof to a sense where I can go swimming, and I know there's some are that can do that. Uh,
I'm not gonna take it with me.
yeah, I'm just not that type of person who's like, yeah, I just need my phone everywhere.
Why do you need your phone in the pool?
Yeah, you're doing laps. Like you already have your Apple Watch or Fitbit or something to record those things. And I'd
Yep.
rather replace something that's $300 or so than 1,000.
Yep.
So
Depending on your phone.
yeah, that's just I
4A
don't
is
know.
only 350.
Yeah, that's not IP certified, I believe.
That is, well, you better not take that in the pool then.
But dude, I can buy two of those for $1,000 and take one in the pool and see what happens.
There you go. Hey, we might as well see what happened, right? Maybe they just couldn't afford the IP rating.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
all right, on to these things you might not want to take in the pool again. The Pixel Buds. So they
Yeah,
actually
these
came
are only
out.
water resistant. They're
Yes,
not.
splash.
They're not
You're in the
waterproof.
rain. Don't drop these in the water.
No, no puddles.
Yes, no puddles allowed. So new feature came out, and we can speak to this one confidently. Me and you both have these guys.
Yeah, I
So
just got mine.
so, and you had to go through. This is a pretty recent update, so we've all had to go through this update and obviously different experiences trying to download this thing. Really,
Hmm.
so
I
uh,
actually had quite a bit of trouble trying to get this update.
yeah,
I had originally connected them to my phone, and it wasn't showing any of the settings for like features that these offer at all. And I have a Pixel 4, so what I had to do was I actually had to remove the device and then like reset the buds and then reconnect them to my phone, and then the settings finally popped up and I was able to download the update.
Yeah, I've seen a way too where someone on Twitter was saying about clearing your cache out and then like re-downloading the app or something like that. It's like, okay, that's nice that that works and it makes it faster in a sense, but
Pain in the
hopefully,
butt.
yeah, hopefully the next one's not that bad because updates shouldn't be that bad.
No, but they
So
are still pretty new, so we'll see. I mean, can you really say they're new anymore? They came out like 4 months ago
they
now.
came out, yeah, about May or so. I don't know, somewhere around
It
there.
was
It was
like
just waiting
late
for the different
April.
colors. Like the ones you have are mint. Those literally just came out what
Yeah,
a week ago.
yep. I was so excited. I ordered them as soon as I saw them.
Yeah, different color, same exact thing. Just spray coat it, different thing. You know, change the paint out in the robot, and
I
boom,
just set
new
the 3D
product.
printer to a different color.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, you want to go over some of these new features there, Kyler?
Yeah, so like recently in this last update, they actually added a bass boost EQ, which for the first time I listened to them, I was listening to them without the bass boost, and I did notice there was a slight lack in bass.
Hmm.
But after I downloaded this update and turned it on, I actually got a decent amount more of bass. I wouldn't say they're as bass heavy as I personally like. The sounds it does hit you a little bit better though than it did before, and the sound is pretty clean, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not
It's
too
not too
punchy.
muddied down. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too muddied down. It's not too over bassy. Like if you were to get a pair of Skull Candies or something, they just kind of throw bass at you and are like, be happy with it. And most people are.
Hmm.
But you really do get a good mixture of the highs and lows in this in these buds, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very nice addition for sure. Because yeah, even with that toggle, it's pretty instant of knowing.
Hmm.
Obviously, if you're playing, hip hop or something like that, you're gonna notice the bass or EDM or anything that's gonna use that. You're gonna notice it pretty well through those genres for sure.
So I did test out, or I attempted to test out the like attention alerts with the
Hmm.
dog barking, emergency
Dog, a
vehicle siren.
baby,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't really know if I got any success on that. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't have a baby. There were no emergency vehicles driving by, and I don't have a dog. So I tried though. I was making loud noises, and I didn't really see a difference.
I gotta ask, out of those three, which loud noise were you trying to make? Because I could see
Uh,
all of those being funny, but
I was trying to make the baby cry.
heck yeah.
Yeah, it was
Google's like,
funny.
you're not fooling us, you adult baby.
Yeah, so
That's funny.
I, I didn't have any luck testing that out, but I was trying to test it.
Yeah, as you can say, I could try, I guess, because sometimes my dog does bark on our walks and that such. So I could. The only thing is because they're not technically noise canceling these things. So I typically like to walk with kind of one of them in, just so I can have somewhat of surroundings. It would be nice eventually down the road if they could add to these. I think car horn would actually be
Yeah,
would be
that would be a
nice
good one.
because I feel like if you're kind of blocking yourself out from the world, something like that should be able to break through the sound barrier in a sense for those, just so you can maybe get the heck out of the road or something
That
like
definitely
that.
would be a good one.
And I know some other buds have this feature. I think the Sony's do. Not the over the ear. Well, over the ear ones might have it too. But where someone's talking to you and you can kind of switch it to where it uses the mics to kind of help pick that up, your
Yeah,
surroundings.
I thought these did it, but I did not see a setting for that.
They have what's called adaptive sound,
Yeah, I
which
saw that, but it's not
I
exactly the same.
yeah, it kind of fluctuates the noise of your music in a sense to where it turns it up if your surroundings get too loud or anything like that. But I
Hmm.
still feel because of the seals on these things, they can kind of drone out pretty well of your surrounding environment.
Yeah, they're not noise canceling, but they do cut out a lot of background noise. Like a lot of the outer noise, it
Hmm.
it it's almost unnoticeable when you have them in.
Yeah, they're super lightweight too, which is nice.
Yeah,
Um,
and they don't fall out. I shook my head. I did that whole test.
did
They
you
don't
do
fall
that
out.
while you're crying like a baby too? That'd be wow. We
No,
should we should have
no,
recorded that one.
that would have been
Uh,
a good video.
Google test. um,
the the gesture controls on these things though, I have to or the touch controls, I have to give like a plus.
yep.
I have not had any issues turning it up turning it down, switching songs, going back, or activating the assistant. No issues at all.
Yeah, no issues with that. Um, uh, I'd have to see if there's a way to, because I know when you hold for a notification, it lets you know of the time, which is nice. But I kind of almost wish you could turn that off.
Hmm.
Sometimes I just want to get to the notification. Another one too, I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but when you get a notification, sometimes at the very beginning of like maybe the day or something like that, when you first put them in, it'll say, "Oh, you have a notification from blah blah blah," and then it finally says the name. It's like,
Yeah.
can I just get the name? A little bit more direct, maybe. I do. It is nice though because there was a point where, let's say my phone is next to me and I can see it while I have these things in. If I don't answer so many of them, it'll finally say, "Oh, we'll put this notification on mute or something like that
On
until."
hold or something like
Yeah,
that.
until you get to it, which is nice because then it stops bugging you in case someone's like blowing up your phone or anything like that. So,
So something interesting I did find out about these as well while I was wearing them was while I was just going through and testing them, I was talking to my assistant because
oh,
everything in my
super
house,
nice. Yeah,
um, these buds, if you have them in, they actually take priority over your Google Homes in your house, which normally take priority over your phone, which I found pretty interesting because
hmm
generally it seems Google wants the Google Homes if you're at home to take priority. But no, when you have these buds in, they actually take priority and they'll answer you in your ear rather than on your devices throughout your
which
house.
is super smart. Props to them for doing that.
It
I did
it's
notice when
actually
I tried the
really
same
cool.
thing. Yeah, it's super cool. Super efficient too, because I'll put these things in anytime I want to call and my hands are busy or anything like that. And like you said, the assistant, these mics on these things, I don't know how many there are off the top of my head, but they pick up pretty nice.
They do. They do.
So, but it is weird because I messed around with these in the kitchen, that stuff, because that's where my phone was, and the mini and all this other stuff, and the Pixel Buds I had in, and I just wanted to see, like you said, who picks up first in a sense. I noticed all three of them trigger, but like you said, somehow in Google software, maybe the way they have it coded or something like that, the Pixel Buds are the first thing that'll answer back to you.
Yep. Nothing else would they would trigger, but they wouldn't answer back.
Yeah,
It
they
was
wouldn't
only
get
the Pixel
confused or
Buds.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, which is I actually Google's so good about that.
Yeah, I
Like
know sometimes, at least maybe through some updates and that stuff, it's helped out. But now I feel like it's gotten better in terms of the home versus the phone thing. Because I know sometimes those would kind of hand off to each other, but I haven't had an issue with these guys at all so far.
so when I originally only had like one or two homes throughout my house, they would trade off depending on what room I'm in and if my phone's in my pocket.
Okay,
But now that I have one in each, pretty much each room in my house, it's always home that answers unless I have these in now, which is really cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like there's some new voice commands and all that stuff, basically telling you how much life is left, which that is nice because if you want to know exactly and your phone's not out, or it kind of gives you a little chime when you're about 15%. So just in case you don't ever use that feature, that chime is there. So.
In-ear detection is great.
Oh, it works phenomenally. Like if I'm getting
YouTube
a
videos.
call, yeah, I'll put those things in before I even answer it, kind of thing, and just you hear that little chime, and you know you're connected, and it works right now seamlessly for me. I personally don't have any audio dropouts. I will say that those have been an issue, even with this update, that some people still have supposedly. So,
Mhm. That's
um,
what I've heard too. I've also actually talked to a coworker. He had a early pair of these. He got them like right when they first released.
mhm.
He said that he was having audio dropouts and his battery was dying actually extremely fast. He ended up having to warranty his out and get new ones, and he hasn't had that same problem or he hasn't had that issue since.
Okay,
So I wonder if those people that are still having those issues just have faulty buds.
they could, yeah, but
That'd
especially
be
fresh off the line thing. So.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're like first edition sets, like the some of the first sets that were shipped out
Yeah. And then this last one here, the sharing detection. I have that turned on, but obviously I have yet to try it out. Have you tried that out yet, Kyler?
too, but I haven't tried it.
Okay. I feel like it's pretty cool how you could give this to someone and somehow the software knows that it's in, I guess, a different ear and that they're able
Mhm.
to control the volume themselves.
Yeah, separate volume. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Um, So yeah, obviously we're fans of these Pixel Buds. Just giving you the latest update on these stuff. There's plenty of wireless. Personally, there's plenty of wireless options out there for Buds.
Oh yeah.
Um, anything like that. These come in about 5 hours. I do wish the battery life was a little bit better compared to some for that price. Um, but hopefully that's with Pixel Bud 3s, I guess. So
Yeah. Normally, when I'm listening to something like this, though, at least for me, I'm not listening to something 5 hours straight. So I'll probably do like 2-3 hours here, pop them in the case, let them charge up for I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, pop them back in, maybe.
yeah, and then my technique typically, I usually don't have both in. I'll usually kind of once one's dying, I'll flip it out for the other one.
So you
Uh,
get 10 hours that way.
yeah, so I'm just kind of switching back and forth. Like, okay, this one, and then I guess that way both ears aren't going deaf at the same time. I guess so.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. That way you at least have one good ear.
That's right. Yeah. What was that, Sonny? But all right, on to another update here. This time with Halo, though. So we
Which
got
is
Halo
exciting
Infinite.
news.
Yes. So hopefully this makes it come out in 2021. Um,
Yeah,
Halo
because there were
Infinite
rumors. Yep, there
coming
were
out.
rumors there for 2022.
Yeah, there's been a lot. We'll just go off them real quick in case you're not familiar with it. We got 2022, like Kylie was saying. We
Mhm.
have Xbox
Dropping.
One, supposedly the original, the OG VCR looking one, dropping that supposedly. Um, yeah, so 343 has had some rumors and all this other stuff that they've even had to deal with this game. So,
Yeah, apparently they shut all that down though. They just came out and
mhm,
were like, nope, none of that's happening. Just stop it. We're gonna release the game 2021.
exactly. So
So
you gotta put it on the burner to cook longer a little bit here. So this article is saying Joseph Staten. Personally, I didn't know too much about this guy until about a little while ago. Obviously, with all this Halo news going down, so Joseph Staten is actually the I think he was the head writer, if not co-writer or something like
I
that.
think he was one of the co-head writers. I don't
Okay,
necessarily think he was the head.
okay. So he at least had a good role in Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. I think Halo Reach, even ODST, like all those big time games that when Bungie originally had Halo under its wing. So
Which really excites me to see, like, because I'm sure you feel the same way with the last few Halos that 343 has dropped. It's not that they suck, but I am disappointed with my return or what I'm getting. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Personally, I feel like Halo, because of what Bungie did in a good way, they set that bar pretty high.
They set it so
So a
so
good
high.
a good Halo game it'll leave a bad taste. I can't even talk. That's how much of a bad taste it leaves in your mouth. Um, it needs to be great because of how high that bar is set in terms of Microsoft flagship, all this other stuff. And having a writer that has been writing the story for so many Halos and that consistency alone, I feel like just having consistency in a writing is just that'll make a game. Like you'll know what it could entail.
Yeah. So I'm just looking up this guy's Wikipedia page real quick, and it
Hmm.
looks like Staten's former role at Bungie was director of cinematics and was responsible for the in-game movies for Bungie's Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3.
ODST, yep, and Reach, and he did some voice acting too. It says in Halo 3 here, so
That's-
definitely some consistency helps because these last Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo 4 personally, I feel like we swapped here a little bit. Halo 4, a good campaign, multiplayer. And then Halo
Yeah,
5 comes around, reverse that,
such
definitely,
a poor campaign.
yeah, two different writers on that one. Um, that'd be like, me writing a story out and then be like, all right, Kyler, finish it off. And be like, okay. It's
I'll do
like,
my best.
yeah, exactly. Like, you can only do, your best in a sense, and you're going to have your own twists and spins on it. And it's just not going to be consistent. You're going to be like, wait,
Yeah,
why did that just take a turn that way? It just doesn't make
it just
sense.
it didn't flow well at all.
Exactly.
And
And
then
then,
there was one mission where it was what, a minute and a half long.
oh, in Halo 5?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, the one where you're just walking to the ship, basically?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
walking from one ship to another, I believe.
Yeah, and you get an
It's like,
achievement for that. So,
why is that even a mission?
proud of you on that one.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. So this gives me hope for Halo Infinite. Either way, I'm excited. I like
Mhm.
Halo, but
I'm glad that
I don't
he's
know.
taking the reins on this one though, because he's also there to um, kind of prevent these leaks in that sense, and then kind of literally setting the story straight. So
Hmm.
hopefully we can actually see this thing in 2021, even if it'll be sad, just kind of like Cyberpunk when it gets pushed out in a sense. But if it ends up being better for it, then I'm all for it. So,
Yep, yep, me too. If it means better games, then let's do it. Let's do
so
it. I don't want a broken game at launch.
exactly.
Microsoft can't have that either.
No, so Mr.
No.
Staten, take the reins, lead us to victory, finish the fight.
Yes. Finish the fight.
Exactly. So
Well, this was a cool week.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys been
I
teched out?
yeah.
You want to make sure you stay teched out though. Hit that subscribe button down below.
Yeah, yeah, shoot us a subscription. We like and appreciate all of you down there, and we love to read the comments that you guys are leaving. And I don't know, Joe, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we'll leave all these stuff in the description down below, especially Dino Swords. Can you beat Kyler's high score there? Come on now.
Yeah,
I
six
don't,
four
I don't,
six. Can you beat it?
I don't really know if you can. Challenge accepted, right? So,
Challenge accepted.
smart glasses. What would make you buy them? T-shaped phone. Would you like a different letter of the alphabet when it comes to phones? Pixel Bud updates. There's other options out there, but with all those updates, would you consider Pixel Buds? Also, Halo Infinite. Please make the comeback we're all waiting for. So,
Yes, please, please.
without that, other than that, guys, further ado and all that good stuff, much love to the ones that support us. We'll see you next week.
Yep, peace.
Daylight, gonna go fast, gotta beat the red light, ain't no time lapse. In the nighttime, I'ma keep on racing the shooting stars till the dawn.